Don't waste your money sending to Jasmine Crockett. Do not do it.
I must agree.
Hi, I'm Too Raw, Too Real, and I don't give a fuck how you feel. Matt, I'm about to lay your ass flat. Let me tell you something, bitch.
I don't like this man. I don't like this man for obvious reasons. He is one of the many people who are getting paid by the Democratic Party to spread nonsense about the Palestinian movement. He is one of those people who is coming up here telling everybody that Biden was working for the ceasefire, that Kamala Harris is going to be amazing. You should all vote for her because, Donald Trump is going to come back in office. He's one of those fucking people. Like, does nobody remember the fact that the Democratic Party was paying TikTokers to spread propaganda for them? I mean, just look at this guy. Look at him. Mind you, Biden wasn't even calling for a ceasefire. And he wasn't the only person who was being paid by the DNC to spread propaganda for the DNC. There's a reason why I don't like Pearlmania. And if you wonder why I don't like Under Death News, if you wonder why I don't like Pearlmania, if you wonder why I don't like a lot of them, they're being paid to say the shit that they're saying about the Democratic Party. All the positive things that they're saying. Don't look at this, look at this. Don't look over here, look over here. Is because they're being paid for. But do y'all care that these people are being paid to say some of the shit that they're saying? No. Because a lot of y'all agree with the shit that they're saying. They say that it's crazy that, the Republicans are doing all this shit with Venezuela, but they won't mention the fact that the Democratic Party did that too. They're being paid. Right now, that guy is going on and on about Jasmine Crockett because they don't want you to remember Jasmine Crockett. She vouches for Israel for free. Mind you, Jasmine Crockett is not even getting paid by Israel, but she refuses to call what the fuck the Israeli government is doing to the Palestinians a fucking genocide. And then you have James saying things like this.
I've certainly been upset with my party on a variety of issues. One, I would say it's reticence, particularly in the last couple of years, to call out what's happening in Gaza. As Christians, every bombed village is our village, right? Every starving child is God screaming at us, and that is certainly true in the Holy Land. And I think my party was, too late and too quiet on this issue. And again, foreign policy is not necessarily my area of expertise. I'm a state policymaker. But certainly just as a member of the party, was concerned that it took us so long to talk about this issue. I've also had my fair share of disagreements on things like public education, where a lot of Democrats, for good reason, are too ready to defend the status quo.
And what's even funnier is that the Republican Party wants Jasmine to run because they know she's going to be easy to beat. She's widely unpopular when it comes to the independent voters in Texas. They know that a Democrat hasn't won that state in years. And yet, Jasmine is still running. Why do all this? Why pay all these TikTok influencers to push Democrats, especially Democrats who seem to be pro-Israel? Well, it's probably because of something we already knew. Back in 2024, Israel had a TikTok problem. So here's how it works. Israel says, we got a TikTok problem. They go to the Democrats. Hey, I pay you. you need to do something about this. The Democrats then go, yes, sir, yes, master. And they go and pay the TikTokers a visit and say, hey, TikTokers, we give you money. Y'all need to spread our message. Here's the message. Palestine's a one-issue vote. Spread it around. And they did. They were like, yes, sir. And they went online and started to spread to everybody, Palestine is a one-issue vote. Palestine is a one-issue vote. Don't worry about it. Palestine is a one-issue vote. Don't worry about it. But they're getting paid to tell you that. Was Palestine a one-issue vote? Is Palestine really a one-issue vote? Let's think about this. You have a government that is using United States taxpayer dollars by the billions to go commit a genocide. Is that a one-issue vote? The stealing of United States taxpayer dollars, that's one issue. The murdering of another group of people, that's another issue. What else? The raping of children, women, men, and children in prisons, that's a fucking other issue. The fact that our politicians are paid to do it, so that means we have a major corruption problem in our United States, that's another fucking issue. That's 4 issues. Man, doesn't seem like a one-issue vote to me. They're using this money right now that we're giving them to spread propaganda into the United States, that's a 5th issue. The fact that we have Israelis who feel so comfortable they can come to the United States and go onto our news stations and tell us that we need to be censored, that's another issue. Where's the one issue? Where is it? Is it in the room with us? So many fucking issues in this one fucking issue. Mind you, Israel is playing both sides. They give money to both Democrats and Republicans by the millions. But the only thing they require of those people is that they be pro-Israel. So that means they can give millions of dollars to Republicans who will take away your health care, take away your ability to get married, take away your ability to get a good education, as long as they're pro-Israel. In fact, our government right now is currently working on ways to censor us in the name of Israel. Why are y'all listening to those people? Is it because they say things that you enjoy? Is it because you never really thought about this? Why? Are they entertaining to you? Because if you're worried about ICE right now, who do you think is training ICE? The IDF. Who do you think was training our police? The IDF. Who do you think is training the cops in Cop City? The IDF. Where do you think this idea of a massive United States surveillance state that they're trying to impose upon us, where do you think they get the idea from? Israel. Are y'all okay? Because y'all don't seem to be okay. People like Pearlmania, people like this guy, people like Under the Desk News, people like everybody you saw who decided to come up on that app and lie to the American people about the actions of Kamala Harris and Biden during the beginning of the genocide that started in 2024. Then, I mean, that's not the beginning of this genocide, of course, the history. But at that moment, those people are liars and traitors and are willing to sell you out for a buck. And they still got a platform. That's crazy to me. A bunch of traitors. Anyways, let's see what happens this year. Oh, by the way, if you want to see why pro-Palestinian content is not really showing up on your For You page, well, here